Welcome back everybody. Today we're gonna play Fade on Ascent. Today is day 139 of playing every agent on every map. Fade is in my opinion really underrated. Her dogs allow her to take a lot of information over people that are playing in close corners. Also her Seize is a really strong ability. Most people don't really realize how strong it is. And also her reveals are insanely strong because they don't just mark people for a short amount of time. They actually mark them for the whole time they are revealed, which makes it pretty easy for you to get kills through smokes, through walls, and in general just get easy kills. Another good thing is that Ascent is a Sova dominated map. That's why if you're playing a Fade, most of the people are not going to be ready for the reveals you're going to throw, and you're going to have an easy time getting marks off of the enemies and revealing the enemies pretty easily and getting a lot of kills like that. In general, I think Fade is maybe even stronger as a Sova, but most people don't really know how to play a Fade right. She's also pretty hard to throw her reveals with. A Sova is just pretty easy. You can use a dart, put how many bounces you want, and then it lands at a certain spot. And a Fade is more of you aim at this area, then you maybe move, and it makes it pretty hard for you to be really consistent with your Fade reveals. And before we even get into the video, I want to show you my night market. It seems like my night market is not the best. I have a lot of the green skins. I don't know if there are any good ones under them. It doesn't look like it. And then I have 2 knife skins, but I already have almost all of the knives, so there's probably not too many. Actually, Singularity Ares is pretty good. I thought that was a knife skin. Starting off with A-side defense. On A-side defense, you can throw an early reveal if you get your stuff stuck into this corner, and then you aim at these bricks right here. You aim just in the middle. Then you jump throw, and your reveal will land right here on the roof, revealing anyone that is in a main, and even if they're coming out to take the ult door. This reveal is really strong, especially if you have a smoke here in main and the enemies are trying to take the ult door. With a reveal like that, you can reveal the person that's trying to take the ult door, and you can get a free kill on them. Other than that, you can also use that pretty well in combination with, for example, an Omen Flash going through main, and then a teammate trying to push up, so you know where they are at, and they will have an easy time killing them. Other than that, you can also use a Prowler to get early main information, but I don't really think it's worth it most of the times, because you're gonna hear the noise that's made either way. Something else you can do, especially if you have a Raze or a Sova, is to throw a Seize right in the beginning of the round, right here. Anyone that is trying to come in is going to get caught by that Seize, and then they are going to be low and they're not going to be able to move away. And combine that with, for example, a Sova Shock Dart or a Raze Knight is pretty strong. Also insanely strong with a Techio ult going all the way through main, because if the enemies are coming through A, you're going to catch them right here, and even if there's a Techio ult coming from behind them, they're going to get killed because they can't really move away because of your Seize. Other than that, playing a little more passive and then waiting for them to come in and then throwing reveals like these to reveal where the enemies are coming in, and then being able to spam them through this wall, through the heaven smoke, or even from right here in tree with a reveal like this.
I'll find you.
Is pretty strong because it makes it so the enemies have to like destroy the reveal. You can then even decide to peek out and then have some free kills on them. Or if they do not destroy the reveal, you can just spam them through this smoke right here, or even break the door. Or even if you have an Odin, spam them through this part of the wall right here. Same thing also with this other part on this side. In general, it is pretty good for you as a Fade to wait for the enemies to come in and mainly use your util to retake a site. And also pretty strong to like catch some people off that are trying to go for a plant, or just they're trying to come into the site. You can also go mid with a Fade and then use reveals like these to kind of get mid information. A reveal up there is pretty hard to destroy, and it will reveal anyone that is playing in this area right here in a link. Combine that with, for example, an Odin from short, where you can spam this wall and then shoot the enemies that are revealed, is insanely strong. And especially if they wall or if they smoke off this area, you can then even peek out and get some kills on the people that are playing in mid or the people that are playing in link. Other things you can also do is to get top mid information with a dog like this to see if anyone is peeking out mid, but in general it's not really worth it. What you can also do is to throw a Seize right here in link, and then as soon as the enemies are coming in, they're gonna get caught, and then if you throw any damaging util, they're gonna be one hit and most likely going to die to that. Just throw it deep, and the enemies that are coming in towards link are gonna get caught by it. If you wanna play from bottom mid, there's not really much you can do from here. You can get information over mid with a dog. If they, for example, smoke bottom mid, you can use a dog to like kind of clear out, or you can use reveals up here. Kind of spam the people in mid, or also use a reveal behind them to kind of reveal the enemies that are coming in. With a reveal like this that is insanely hard to destroy, you can reveal anyone that is playing in mid, and you can get a lot of kills through the mid smoke. Now switching over towards market and B. On market you can do something that is pretty strong that you can do on a Sova as well, and that is to throw a reveal as soon as the enemies are coming in. for example on this roof right there, or even up here, and then spam them through this wall with an Odin. I know a lot of people think playing an Odin is cringe and playing an Odin is a bot play, but Odin is just the best weapon to do this with, because then you can spray the enemies that are coming in and do a lot of damage to them. You can obviously also use a Guardian or just any other heavy penetration weapon to kind of catch the people off guard. Or if the enemies have not yet closed this door, you can also use a reveal like this and then shoot them through this door, if you are inside of the smoke. It is a pretty safe peek, and most of the times the enemies are going to have a hard time breaking that reveal, and you're going to get at least 1, maybe even 2 kills from it. This reveal is also pretty strong because your teammates from CT, even if they are smoked off, they're going to see the enemies that are coming in, and they can get a lot of kills on them. Other than that, if you are trying to play B, you can use a deep reveal in the beginning of the round right here to kind of get early information and then even go out. Or you can even use a dog to kind of do the same thing and also find out if there's a Cypher trip in main. Like that, you can like kind of catch out the Cypher trip, walk up here, destroy the Cypher trip, and then go back. Other than that, you can also take this main space pretty easily with just a reveal and some other teammate to get this orb right here. For example, if you're close to a Jet ult, that can win you a round. Other than that, what you can also do if you hear a lot of people coming through main and you have a Sova, a Raze, or just any agent that has damaging util on them, is to wait for them to do 1 or 2 steps, and then you throw your Cs in here, catching anyone that is playing in main, and especially strong if they are trying to go for this orb right here. Like that, they're going to be stuck right there, and you can do a lot of damage to them with damaging util, or even just with peeking out and spamming behind these boxes in this general area. Other things you can do is to play from backside and then use a reveal like this to kind of stop the enemies as they are coming in, revealing them and being able to spam them through this wall right here, even with a Phantom or a Vandal, because this wall is pretty easy wall bangable. Same thing obviously can also be done from here with a reveal like this. Same thing also up there. In general, I would recommend that you throw your fade reveals pretty high up, because that makes it pretty hard for the enemies to shoot them. As you can see, if, for example, a fade reveal lands up there and I'm looking towards this direction, I still have to flick up pretty high, which makes it pretty hard for me to shoot the person that is peeking below. So you can like peek with the fade reveal if they are trying to go for a destroy, or you can just wait behind the corner and start shooting them through the wall as they are getting revealed. And now to the side retakes. What you can do on a side retake, for example on B, is to use your dog to kind of clear out the different areas. You can also use your dog like this to clear out logs, or if you're coming from market, you can use a similar dog, first clear out logs and then clear out main. It is always pretty strong to clear out the areas here in logs, in main, or this close corner right here on switch, because most of the times there's going to be an enemy hiding in there waiting for your teammates to come in, and if you know they are there, you can just kind of spray them through the wall. If you know somebody is, for example, in logs, you can just like peek that person, use some flashes, use some dancing util to kind of get them out. Same thing also with main. If you know somebody's main, you're not going to get peeked from behind, so you can just focus on that person, and then you can focus on the rest of the people on site. Talking about the site retake, you can also use a reveal like this to reveal the people that are playing on site. You will not reveal the players that are playing backside or behind these boxes, but you will reveal the rest of the players, and it is still pretty hard to shoot for the enemies, even if they're, for example, playing here. They have to turn all the way around to break that reveal, and then your team is gonna have an easy time shooting them. For example, if they're coming out lane, they can just shoot the person that is playing behind the boxes, and even if they are not shooting the reveal, you can spam them through this wall right here, almost in every spot. So it is a pretty strong reveal. Same thing also with a reveal to the side, which is also pretty hard to destroy. And again, you can also use dogs to clear out certain spots of the site, for example, also backside. If you still have your Cs, throw that one towards backside, or throw it towards where you think the enemies are at. Like that, you can also kind of get some information. For example, if you know somebody's close here, you can also use Cs like there, and then they're going to be pulled and they're going to be low, and you can get a free kill on them. For your ults, I recommend you use that on retakes. For example, a B retake is pretty strong with a fade ult. As you can see, if you ult from right here, you can get all of the site and get information on how many people are on site. Same thing also if you're going for a little further behind, you will not get information over boathouse, but you will get information over people playing close here, or even in the lane area as well. And for an A retake, there's 2 good options. One is this one right here. Basically just holding site. If you have information nobody is on site, you can also decide to ult main, like this. Or you can use a ult from heaven the one from heaven is kind of a risky one to get to, but if you have a smoke right here in heaven, you can get all the way out till this, and then you will basically be able to ult all of the site. You will also get information over under, and like that you will have an easy time retaking the A site. If you want to use your ult aggressively, I recommend that you have a hard read on the enemies that they are coming towards A or B if you want to use your ult, and then that you are fast flanking towards mid. So for example, if you hear a lot of people in A main, you can use your ult like this. And then you hear marked 5, and then you can just basically run up because they are not going to be able to hear you. They are all deafened, and you can get a free kill on them from behind because they are not going to be expecting you here. This also works with an Omen ult or a Euro 2P, and it also works in pro play, so it is most likely going to work in your rank games as well.
Oh god! They can't hear because of the fade ult.
And a fade ult that is used aggressively on defense is something I would only recommend if you're in a eco disadvantage. For example, on third round, you have one first round, you have one second round, and you already have a fade ult. It is kind of worth using it to kind of push the enemies away and get some weapons off of them, because you are in a disadvantage and your ult can get you the advantage back. Editing crazy here, and you might have realized it. I put a lot more effort into this video, especially in the editing part today, and I want to hear your opinion on it, and also I would really appreciate it if you could give it a like and just write some comments so it gets recommended to more people, and I see that it is worth putting more effort into editing. And now switching over to attack and to A site. On A site attack, you can use a dog in the beginning of the round right here to kind of clear out the main space. This dog is a pretty good one because you can make sure that nobody is peeking you from here, and if the enemies are peeking, you can then just peek around the corner because they are trying to shoot the dog, and then they're not going to be ready to instantly headshot you. Other than that, if you're going towards A little later in the round, it is also worth using a dog to clear out the wine area. So you can go out main. If you're not sure if anyone is in wine, you can use a dog like this to kind of clear out the wine area as well, and to find out if somebody is playing there. Or you can also just use a C's to get that information as well, because your C's will catch onto anybody that is playing in this area, and it will also make them low, so you have a free time killing them. Other than that, I also have a couple of really good reveals that I recently found out because I decided to learn a lot of the Fade stuff as well for myself. So one of the reveals I found that is pretty strong, that will reveal almost all of the site and also part of tree, is a reveal where you get stuck here at this motorcycle, get right there, and then you aim at the spot that you can see there's a little lightning coming here, and there's a little gap in this lightning. Just aim at this little gap, you can just throw it, and it will land up here. It will reveal anyone that is playing in tree, and it will also reveal the players that are playing towards site, for example close here, towards Chen, and even towards the dice area right here. This reveal is even stronger because most of the times you're gonna get a smoke right here, and as your team is coming in, the person that is playing in tree is gonna get revealed through the smoke, and your teammates that are trying to take the site can also shoot the person that is playing in tree. Other than that, I also have another reveal that is one that lands right here on top of the thing where I usually use my Sova reveal. And it is also pretty strong because it will also reveal the people that are playing behind the dice area right here as well. You can get yourself lined up with the hot part of the Fade reveal will go right in this corner there. So you aim your hot part right there, and then you just throw. Nothing else required, it will land perfectly on top, and it will reveal all of the site. And it is also a pretty simple one. After you have taken the main space with a dog, you can just get into this corner and aim right there. And now to the third one. The third one is, in my opinion, the best reveal. You get yourself all the way up here, and then you aim at this little spot right here. You can see it is kind of pulsating. You aim a little to the right, and then you just run throw.
I'll find you.
Run and jump throw. It will land really deep behind, and it will reveal the people that are playing behind Chen, behind dice, also some people that are playing under, the people that are playing close in these corners here as well, and it is in general one of the best reveals you can use to take the site. Other than that, you can also use your C's towards site, so for example throw it behind dice to catch the people that are playing behind dice, same thing also with Chen. Or even to stop the enemies from coming in, for example if there is an enemy in tree, use a C's right there, same thing also with heaven. And you can use your dog to clear out the close corners. Same thing also with the other side, clear out close corners, even clear out tree. Your dogs are really strong to clear out close corners, and it makes it pretty easy for you to take the space. If you want to use a fade ult on a site, I just recommend you use a normal ult, just use all of the site and throw a ult like this. Alternatively, if the enemies know you have an ult and they're trying to play off the site, you can use a ult like this one to kind of catch all of the people that are trying to play for a retake. You can get the people that are playing in tree, in garden, and in general makes it pretty easy for your team to also like split A, because the people that are playing here, here, and here are not going to be able to hear the people walking up catwalk and kind of fighting them from both sides. So you can have people coming in through side, people coming in through main, and it will make it insanely hard for them to defend the site. And some pretty good post plant reveals are ones that are thrown up there to throw off their crosshair placement, or to ones that are thrown off up here behind the enemies that are coming in from heaven. Because like that, anyone that is getting revealed can be spammed from the lower part, or even from the gen part. So if anyone is like behind here, you can shoot them through this wall. Same thing can also be done for people in tree. Just stand close here, and then as soon as you see your reveal is all the way on top, you can press E again and make sure your reveal falls down. If you want to take the mid space, there's a couple of options. You can use a dog to kind of clear out short and the area close here if you know somebody wants to peek it, or just use a smoke and then use the reveals behind the smoke or in high places. For example, if you smoke bottom mid and you are not sure if somebody is coming out short, you can use a dog to kind of clear out short and get hidden in Sub Rosa. Or if you want to use reveals that reveal the players that are playing behind the mid smoke, you can use reveals that land on top of these buildings right here. Always as high up as possible to make it pretty hard for the enemies to shoot, and it will also reveal most of the players that are playing behind the smokes, and you can get some free kills on the players that are doing that. Other than that, also using your dogs to clear out the close areas, clear out these close corners right here, to kind of get the space towards mid is pretty strong. Same thing also with the tree area and a little further behind. And in general, if you think somebody is there, you can also use ACs in these areas. Same thing also with bottom mid. If you think somebody is in this close corner, you can use a dog to clear that out. Same thing also with the other side. Just make sure that you're not walking out too far with your dog. Use it in a safe spot. Have your teammates holding you, because if you are dogging out a certain area and then the enemies realize that, they're trying to go for a peek on you because they are playing close and they might get detected by the dog. It is pretty dangerous for you because you don't have your gun out, you can't really shoot back, and your teammates kind of need to hold you. Other than that, you can use a seize towards short as well in the beginning of the round. Just jump, throw, and run. It will land pretty narrow, so the people that are playing in mid are gonna have to go a little further back to like dodge it, so it makes them inaccurate and you can get a free shot on them. And now switching over towards B. On B, you can use a dog right here in main to clear out these close corners and make sure nobody's peeking you aggressively, and then you can use a couple of reveals. One reveal I found works pretty well is that you aim at around this house, get stuck in this corner, and then you just throw a reveal. This reveal will land up here. It will reveal anyone that is playing in logs right there, anyone that is playing towards lane close, and anyone that is playing towards the side. Other than that, there's also a really good second reveal you can use. That one requires you to be in a more supportive position. It is all the way back there. You aim at this building right here, a little further to the right. So you see this dark spot here, you aim at that one, you walk, and you jump throw. It will land on top of this tree, and then it will reveal anyone that is playing towards the side, anyone that is playing towards lane, and also the people that are playing towards stairs. Like that, your team that is coming in from the main area is going to have an easy time killing these people that are playing close there, and they will have to clear out the close corners here by themselves, but it will reveal almost all of the people that are playing on site and will make it pretty hard for them to play on site itself, so you have an easy time taking the backside area as well. Other than that, you can also use a ult either towards backside, towards market, or even through side towards CT. A thing that you can also do to kind of catch people off guard is to throw a reveal that is landing on top of this building. This will reveal the players that are playing in towards the market area, and even if they are playing behind the smokes, you're gonna be able to shoot them. So just throwing a reveal all the way up there, and then you are being able to shoot the people that are playing behind the smokes. If they are playing inside of the smokes, it's gonna be pretty hard for you, but like that, you can have an easy kill on them without them really realizing that you have the chance to kill them. Other than that, especially good on eco rounds, if you have a sheriff, you can even shoot through these walls right here to get a kill on them, which is a pretty strong thing you can do to kind of get weapons for your team and win those eco rounds. Other than that, if you're on a side take, you can also use a seize towards CT, same thing also with market, to kind of stop the enemies from coming in. And if you're coming main with your team, clear out the close logs corners, also clear out the corner here close, or even clear out the stairs area. Like that, you will not run into people playing in close corners, or you will run into them, but you will know that they are there, and then you can just use some util to clear them out, or just pre-fire them in the corners they are in. If I had to give Fade a rating from S to F, I'd actually give her the A tier. I was debating on putting her in the S tier, but I think Fade is just not too consistent with her reveals. She has a lot of really strong reveals, but in general, I think Sova is still a little bit better than her on this map, especially since Cypher currently is a pretty strong agent, and I think most of the times when you're playing a map like Ascent, Sova will get you easier value out of it. But if you play a Fade with really good reveals and you have the lineups for her, I think a Fade can be way stronger than a Sova. That would be it from me. If you want to see any other agents on any other maps, write it down in the comments, and if you want to see anything else Vans related, write it down there as well. And as always, don't forget to like and sub, and come say hi to me on Twitch, where I stream almost daily. Have a great rest of your day, and see you guys very soon. Bye!